Hi paper crafters, welcome to Whip It Up Wednesdays. I'd like to show you how to make a really quick box that all of your cards will fit into. So to start with, choose your papers. Now Stampin' Up's beautiful designer papers are all on sale this month until the end of the month, and if you buy 3 packages you get 1 for free, and this is one of the packages that we're using. It's called Flower Pot, and this is a sheet from that set. And then I'm going to use the Night of Navy solid cardstock. So I've got 2-sided paper, designer paper, and a piece of cardstock. Now one is a tad larger than the other. You want the top of your box to be a little bit larger than the bottom of your box, and so the smaller piece is the bottom. And I'm going to, I've cut this to, now I'm going to have all this posted so you don't have to take notes like a mad woman or man, but you can if you want to, but I am going to have this posted as well on my blog. And so what I have done is, my notes out here, I have taken my card size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so that's what size the box should be at the minimum. Now I added a little bit more to that because I want a little room so you can get your fingers down in there to get your cards out. So I added a 1/2 inch all the way around, and so my box is going to be 4 3/4 by 6. That will be my finished box size on the bottom. And then what you do, I want a 2-inch deep box, and so I add 2 inches to that. So if it's 4 3/4, I actually need to add 4 inches because I need 2 inches on both sides, on all 4 sides. So adding that brings this sheet of cardstock for the bottom of my box to 8 3/4 by 10. Then, because I know my sides are going to be 2 inches deep, I'm going to score at the 2-inch mark with my scoring blade on all 4 sides. And just line it up. Make sure that you have it nice and flat against the flat ridge to hold it in place. And use your scoring blade and press semi-firm. You don't want to press too hard because you can rip your paper. And so now I have those score lines, if you can see them. Now the same thing I did for the top of the box, except for I added a little bit more to it because the top of the box needs to say fit snug over the bottom of the box. And so this sheet I cut to 9 by 10 1/2, which is 1/4 inch larger. And again, I am going to score the 2 inches, okay? And you have to be real careful not to press too terribly hard when you are scoring your designer papers because it can rip. And then besides taping the rip and it looking awful on the finished project, you'll have to start over. So I have those scored. Okay, so with that in mind, then what I'm going to do is fold all of my score marks, just like so. And I always use a bone folder to get nice crisp creases. See that 10 times real fast. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. And so here is the top of my box with all the folds in it. Okay, very easy to snip. I'm going to snip down right on the fold line. Okay, turn this over so I can see it a little bit better. Right to the crossroads, right there where the fold meets. Okay, and then straight across I'm going to do the exact same thing, just like so. Okay, now before I go any farther with this, I want to put a decorative edge on this. Now you don't have to do this. I tend to kind of like some of the color of the bottom of the box showing, and so I'm going to add a decorative stitching or decorative cut to it, and I'm going to do that with the handy dandy rotary cutter that goes on my amazing paper trimmer. Now this just snaps in place, just like I showed you, and then you always want to flip your cutting mat that's in there. And then I'm going to cut this down by 1 inch. You know, I could have measured the paper differently, and I'm sure many of you could have figured that out, but math and I are not the best of friends, and so I didn't say Matt, I said math. And so what I'm going to do instead is just make it simple for me, hopefully simple for you, and then I'm going to go back in and trim 1 inch off of each side, okay? And so what this does is it shortens up the sides of the box. It gives it a nice, pretty, decorative edging, and so by shortening up those sides, it will show the bottom paper, okay, the bottom of the box, the cardstock on the bottom of the box. All right, so next I'm going to use our new Fast Fuse. Love this, love it. It is similar to red line tape. It is uber sticky. When it is connected, it is definitely connected. It's glued down from now until the end of time. So if you want a fast, see what I mean when it's glued down? It's glued down. Fabulous. Okay, so there's the first blooper for the evening. When this is, especially making boxes, you want your adhesives to stick. So, and then all you do is once you have your adhesive, you just lift this up and form your corner. Make sure your edges are nice together, like so. And this one as well. And 3 and 4. And that is all to making the top of my box for my cards. Now let's move to the bottom. Exactly the same principle. You're going to fold along these fold lines, okay, to span the bottom of the box. And one more place, just like so. And then I'm going to snip all 4 corners exactly the same way that I did the box top. Flip it around. See, these are cut. Now I'm going to cut this in straight across. And again. And then back to my totally awesome Fast Fuse. You kind of check it off to rip that edge, I guess, of the tape, you might say. Kind of like you're checking something, you know, check. And then the last one. Okay. And then fold it up. Match the corner. Fold it up and match the corner again. And again, until you have your box formed. Now I like to take my bone folder and go inside and really press those together. Okay, I wanted to show you something. Here I've got a little bit of hangover. I could go in and trim that if I wanted to. I just, or you can leave it, doesn't matter. But being that the box top is just a hair larger than your box bottom, this is going to fit on there absolutely perfectly, okay? You can see there's plenty of room for it to come on and off. Now, I just increased that by 1/4 of an inch. You could even make it 1/8 of an inch all the way around if you want it to fit a little snugger. But I feel that a looser top, getting it on and on, is just a little bit easier because then you're not trying to bend the paper. The cards fit in there with a little room. You can get your finger down in there to get some out. And I bet this box would fit 20 cards. You can make a 1-inch deep box just by adding 2 inches around instead of the 1 inch. And so, don't you like how you can see both colors? I do too. This is it. That's it. Whip It Up Wednesday. Perfect perfect box to hold all your handmade cards. You can also make a bunch of different cards and wrap this up, tie it up with some great ribbon and things, and give it to a friend. So enjoy, have fun, test it out. Let me know if you have any questions or any problems. I'll try and help you as much as I can. Like I said, all the dimensions will be listed on the website, and so be sure to check that out if you missed anything. Thanks, and hope you come back. DebsStampPad.com for Whip It Up Wednesdays.